Hey friends, Sleepy here, and welcome to the episode of my weekly playlist. It's Friday, so that means it's time for me to share with you guys the games I've been playing during the week. I'll give you guys my thoughts and opinions on the games, whether I think you guys should check them out or not. I'd like to hear about the games you guys are playing, as it gives me great ideas of new games to check out, and I have really appreciated everybody who each week shares the games they're playing with me, because you guys have piqued my interest in quite a few titles. I also appreciate anybody who has any suggestions on a game you think I should check out. Keep those suggestions coming, as I'm always looking for new games to discover and play. I have a huge variety of tastes in different genres. I like all kinds of stuff, so keep those suggestions coming as well. So this week I only have one game to share with you guys. It's just one that I have been playing a lot, as I've been having an absolute blast with it here the past couple of weeks. And that is State of Decay 2, which this is an awesome zombie survival game. But I'm doing something a little different this week, as I'm actually going to insert a clip here of gameplay footage as I'll talk about the game during that video. So we'll jump to that here real quick, alright? Alright guys, I just wanted to show you some gameplay footage here of State of Decay 2, as this is one of my absolute favorite zombie series of all times. I absolutely love the State of Decay games. I first played the original one on Xbox 360 when it was digital only, and then they did eventually release an updated version of it for Xbox One, and then State of Decay 2 here came out on Xbox One, and they're actually working on a State of Decay 3, which I am definitely looking forward to, as I love zombie games, and I really love the State of Decay games, as they're different than other zombie games, as this is an open world zombie RPG where you get to take on the role of several different human survivors, and you're trying to survive in a world ravished by the zombie plague. So it's something that's really cool. So you do have a little community tab here of different characters you can play as. Now when you start out the game, there's a couple different preset characters you play as. They have a little backstory and stuff, and you end up having 3 characters at the very beginning. But you're not just limited to those 3 characters. You can actually find other characters in the world that you can then recruit into your community, like I have done. And you can have up to 11 characters right now in your community. And you guys can see it has their different names on them. I have all the different characters that I've recruited as I've played. And if you click on the details, you can actually see the statistics of each character. You can look at how much health they have, how much stamina they have, and what their current mood is, and what their different skill sets are, which is cool. And they're standing within your community. You know, how do other community members feel about them? Because your community does interact with each other, and you know, people do have different opinions about stuff, so sometimes there can be conflicts and stuff if people's personalities don't coincide with each other, which is cool. And so if you go down here, see the thing that he's a hero character because he's been doing so much stuff that people like him, and it also gives him extra material storage. And then you can also look at their traits. So every character has unique traits to them, and they can either be perks or they can be penalties to them. So like, he played zombie games, so he has better morale. He's not as, bothered by zombies. He's extremely loyal, and he's a veteran gambler. Call it heads or tails, so he likes to gamble and stuff. And then they also have skills, which some are preset, but you can actually find books throughout the world, which you can then learn about new skills. And so he has acrobatics, resourcefulness, close combat, gunslinging, and good at construction and stuff. And one other thing I really like about the game with the RPG elements is, as you do something, you become better at it. So if you start using guns, you'll become better at guns. If you start using melee, you'll become better at melee. You know, you go out hunting for resources in the world, you become better with resources. So that's really cool. And so I like that, you can go through the different characters and see what their different traits are. Like, she has a minus 20 for her max stamina, because she's overworked, so she's stressed out, so she has a little penalty to her max stamina. And again, you have here talking about his stuff. He's often a target when conflicts occur, so he loses some of his standing rewards, keeps their morale at a +10 to avoid conflict. So if his morale gets down too low, he'll start causing conflict. So it's just really cool that each character is unique from each other. They're not just like cookie cutter cuts of everybody, different personalities. They have different backgrounds and stuff. And so that's something that I really like. And ones that you can then, choose different characters to play as. And then as you do progress further in the story, you also can then create a leader character. And once they're the leader, they have goals they want to do, which my character here, Goodman, who's our leader, is a builder. So he likes to fortify his base to keep people we care about safe and sound. And then there are ones that are like her, who has a trader one, so we have to fight scarcity by producing valuable goods and trading them for necessities. So she's into trading if she was your leader. You have ones that are a sheriff, so their first priority is to protect the innocent and deliver swift justice to those who would harm them. Let's see, I know I have one of these guys here. So then you do have a character who is like the leadership trait is a warlord. So these guys are more about fighting and killing people and, you know, shooting first and asking questions later. So it's interesting to have different leaders, because the game does change a little bit, and your overall story of what you're trying to do and how you play through the world does change based on your leader. Another thing you can do is you can also exile community members. If they just become a problem or you just don't really like them, you can boot them out of the world. And now another thing that's really cool here is you are able to build bases, and you start out with a very basic base, but as you progress through the game, you can actually unlock bigger bases as you have bigger community members. So you have to have a certain number of community members to be in the larger bases. And so as with that comes where you can build stuff. Like you can build an infirmary, which is cool, where you can recover people from their health. You can build gyms, which helps them learn fighting skills. You can build workshops where you can build usable tools like weapons, and you can craft grenades and stuff like that. You have a forge where you can make melee weapons, convert parts to materials. You have an auto shop you can build, which you can then work on your vehicles. Of course, you want to build barracks and stuff so people have a place to sleep. You have a storage place so you can build to save your storage stuff. And then you also have a command center, which you can then use to locate other survivors. You can use it to locate resources and stuff, and have contact with the outside world. And another thing too, so you do have a resource management you have to do, because your community every day consumes food, they consume fuel, they consume ammo, they consume building materials, and medical stuff. And so you'll see over in the status there that I have 29 things of food, 20 medicine, 61 bullets, 47 building materials, and 23 fuel parts. And then I do have my parts there at 1242. My influence is at 9,999, so I have it maxed out. And then your prestige points there as well. And then you can see your the morale is green, so everyone's pretty happy. We're pretty effective at 47. Then our threat level right now is pretty minimal as far as having zombies attack our base. But as the more noise we make, the higher that threat can go up. And I'll show you guys here a little bit of the map. So what's really cool about the map is it shows where your current character is located at, and then also any vehicle that you can drive and what their fuel status is. Because in this game, unlike the first game, there's not unlimited fuel for cars, so you actually have to scavenge for fuel. If your vehicle runs out of fuel, it'll stop driving, and you're going to be stuck there. You'll have to go harvest and find gas for it. Also, enemy zombies will show up on the map as little yellow dots, so you can see where the zombies are in relation to you. And I can zoom out here and show you guys the map. Which is really cool too is you can see all the buildings where you can loot for resources and stuff. Now, if they're white like this, it means we have not looted it yet, and this is where we can go. And it'll tell you what the potential stuff you can find in this area is. And also, you can create what are called outposts. And those outposts are little safe areas that you can use to drop off supplies, but they also can have perks to them. Like example, I took over this power station. Well, since I took it over as a power station, it actually provides power to my home base. So everything that runs electricity now gets free power thanks to this power station. And then I took over this military quarantine station, and because of it, every day it gives me ammo, so that helps with collection of ammo. You can also have, we took over this water tower. Because of that, I now have water for my base, because, you know, things do require water, and people require water, so I have that. You also can take over just normal homes, and it gives you an extra beds, because everybody needs a bed to sleep in, so having that as an outpost is very effective. And then we also took over this medical station, and because of it, it gives me medicine every day, so I really like that. It's really cool. Now you guys can see here, you have the little goals tab. This is like the overall thing. We want to secure this territory by destroying plague hearts, which that's something new to State of Decay 2 over the first one, is that there's regular zombies, but then there are plague zombies. There are these plague hearts that create this blood plague disease in zombies, and the main overall story is to destroy them to survive. But then you'll have community goals, so like community members will have their own missions specifically tailored to them, and you can complete those, and sometimes there are a chain of them where they'll go through. You'll have external goals where these are just going to be your miscellaneous quests, like a wandering trader shows up, a random survivor is out in the world calling for help. You can go find them and help them out, and then you may be able to recruit them to your community eventually as you establish a relationship. You will eventually run into enclaves, they call them, of other NPCs in the world, and they have different names for them and different motives and stuff they're doing, and you can be allied to them by helping them complete missions. So we have like the stranded city folk. Over here I have the friendly faces, and what's really cool is you can trade with these other communities, and you can also recruit their members if you want to while you're out in the world, as long as you don't have one of your own characters with you, and you can have them help you out. So you just have to use influence on them, which is cool. You will occasionally, though, run into NPCs that are enemies of you, because they all start out neutral, and depending on how you interact with them, you might not like them. Like maybe they're cannibals, as an example, or maybe they're people that like to bully and kill other people, and you're not that kind of player, so you might actually go and find them and battle them and actually kill them and take their resources. So it's just really cool you have that dynamic. There's some of the different bases, like you could take over this fenced-in warehouse, which I used to live here, but it was a medium type of place, so it was too small for me. I eventually moved. And then you guys can see, you have a pretty decent size map. This one's Providence Ridge. I think there's like 3 other maps now, because they have been adding to this game. But it's just, really cool. You have a decent sized map to go and explore and stuff. Show you guys a little bit of combat here, as I'll find a zombie for you guys. And you do have melee weapons, but you also have guns you can use, so definitely want to try for headshots, because it'll take them down really quick. And you gotta watch out, get them down and you can kill them. And then here's one of those plague zombies, which sometimes they'll leave a plague sample behind. There are boss type enemies, like this guy here called a Juggernaut, which are big super special zombies, which can be really difficult to kill. There are a variety of those besides the Juggernaut, but they're very difficult, and you definitely need to plan out your attacks before you try to take one of those guys down. And then you can bring up your little menu here, which you're able to have a close combat weapon, which is like a little knife or a screwdriver or something. This is what you use when you do stealth attacks. And then you can equip different weapons, like I have a big mallet on. You can also have a sidearm, like a pistol or a little submachine gun. And then you also can equip a big weapon, like an assault rifle or a shotgun or a rifle or something. You do have a backpack, which have different carrying capacity. The max is 8, which then you have spots for up to 8 items as you're looting. And then in your pockets, some characters have 2, some have 3, which they're able to hold different items as you go around the world and scavenge. And another thing too I love about this game is having the various vehicles. And there's all kinds of different ones. You can actually upgrade them in the game world too. Like I've upgraded mine, so it puts armor and stuff on it, makes them stronger, use less gas and stuff. pretty cool, variety here. I like the police cars just because it's pretty cool driving around. You can turn on this police siren, but it creates a noise and alerts the zombies as that's on. Let me show you guys real quick. We'll go somewhere here and do a little bit of looting. And we'll just go.
Check out the goodies I found.
So we just gotta kill that idiot, get him out of our way. And so when you come to a place, you'll have a little icon, a box icon, where you can actually search. And you search through stuff. And this is where you'll find the resources that you need for the game. Like here, I found a case of chemicals to use. And if you hold the LB button, you can actually search faster. A little trick is if you just push it a couple times, it'll actually speed it up without doing too much. Because if you do it too much, you can actually make noise and it'll alert the zombies in the area. So just an overall, just a really fun zombie game I like. You can kill your enemies, zombies, with cars and stuff, but as you play through the game, they do get damaged, so you will have to repair your vehicles. So I just wanted to give you guys a quick little overview of the game world and what it's like, and show you guys that it's definitely something I think you guys should check out. Definitely check out the State of Decay games, as they are very fun games. They keep updating these games, as they've been updating this ever since this launch, and they keep having new patches. They're listening to the community. Undead Labs are great developers. They listen to the community, and they keep adding new features to the game. They've added new game modes, new enemies and stuff, new characters, new weapons, new vehicles. It's just a really fun series that's supported really well by the developers. But definitely let me know your guys' thoughts if you guys have played State of Decay 2 or not. I'd be definitely interested in that. I hope you guys enjoyed that little gameplay look here of State of Decay 2, which is one of my absolute favorite zombie games of all time. It's just so different and unique from other zombie worlds, since it's an open world zombie RPG. It's a kind of zombie game I've always wanted. And so when my brother first told me about the original State of Decay, it just absolutely blew my mind that I finally got a zombie game that I wanted. It's just cool having a zombie RPG. Very cool. I hope you guys enjoyed me showing some actual gameplay footage. I have been toying around with the idea of showing gameplay footage of the games I play in this weekly playlist series. So let me know your guys' thoughts on that, if you guys enjoyed actually seeing the gameplay instead of just seeing me holding the game and talking about it. I did really enjoy filming that gameplay clip for you guys. It's just, though, that it is time consuming at times, to sit there and have to film playing the games on top of adding it to this video. But it's something I'm definitely thinking about incorporating into my weekly playlist series for you guys. But definitely let me know your guys' thoughts if you guys like seeing the gameplay footage mixed in with me talking about it. So definitely let me know your guys' thoughts on that. Let me know your guys' thoughts on State of Decay 2, whether you guys have played it or not, and what you like about it. Let me know what games you guys are currently playing, and if you have suggestions on any games you think I should check out, let me know, as you guys do always suggest really fun titles. I want to thank you guys for watching. Take care. You guys have an amazing day, and Sleepy will see you next time.